For PHNX, I'm Jesse Friedman after a brutal 5-4 Diamondbacks loss in 11 innings to the Atlanta Braves here at Chase Field, bringing you 3 takeaways from this game. First of all, we have to talk about closer Paul Sewald, who blew his 3rd consecutive save here tonight. He recorded the first 2 outs in the 9th inning with the Diamondbacks up 3-1. Then he allowed a single to Eddie Rosario, a 2-run homer to Sean Murphy. Blows the save. Diamondbacks ultimately lose the game in extras. Despite this tough stretch that Sewald has been in over the last week, manager Torey Lovullo was adamant after this game that Sewald is still the Diamondbacks closer.
Yeah, I don't think we're not going to start that conversation yet. I'm not ready to make that decision. Paul's been an unbelievable closer for us, and he will continue to get the baseball. He's going to get on a nice run for us. I don't know, was he 10 for 10 prior to the 11 for 11? That's pretty good, and there's going to be some bumps on the road for everybody when you play this game long enough.
Second takeaway here from Chase Field is that the Diamondbacks might have found a young emerging starting pitcher in Yilber Diaz. Diaz at age 23 made his big league debut tonight. 6 innings of 1 run ball, 5 strikeouts. He was pounding the strike zone. He worked out very nicely out of a couple of tough situations. Really impressive stuff across the board. And the Diamondbacks have been looking for someone to step up. With injuries to Eduardo Rodriguez and Merrill Kelly, Zach Gallen has spent time on the IL this year. Jordan Montgomery is on the IL right now. The D-backs have needed some of their depth starters to step up. No one really has on a consistent basis up to this point in the year. Maybe Diaz can be that guy. If you don't know the story of Diaz, it's really incredible. There's a story over on gophnx.com about it right now. He was selling candy on the streets of various Latin American countries just a few years ago. At age 16, he got hurt, wound up giving up on baseball for a while before revisiting it later on. After his start tonight, Diaz was asked if he ever had any doubts about whether a day like this would come.
No, mi mentalidad es de que
stopped playing baseball for a little bit, and then he came back up, or he picked it up, and then once he picked it up, he only had a goal, and he wasn't going to stop until he would achieve that goal. He will believe it. He will believe it. He worked so hard for it, and he was always hopeful that it was going to happen.
And our third and final takeaway here from Chase Field, getting back to the results of this one, the D-backs offense didn't really do its part in this game. Yes, for as rough as it was for Paul Sewald in the 9th, the D-backs did not lose this game solely because of him. The offense had just 4 runs in 11 innings. The D-backs were unable to score the ghost runner in the bottom half of the 11th. That's ultimately why they lost. They had just 4 hits in this game overall, and they did score 3 runs in the 6th inning, but there were a couple of softly hit balls that found outfield grass in that frame. There were 3 straight walks issued by Braves pitchers that really helped the D-backs out a lot. It wasn't a great day for the offense, and maybe the D-backs are due a day like this, sort of. They scored 50 runs in Southern California over 6 games last week. That's a whole lot of run scoring. It's been a nice run for the offense lately, but the offense didn't really do its job today. This one wasn't solely on the closer, Paul Sewald. Tomorrow night, we got D-backs Braves happening once again. It's Chris Sale against Zach Gallen. Should be a great pitching matchup. For all of your D-backs coverage, keep it locked right here to PHNX.